Hello and welcome anybody and everybody. Oh, we've got a reaction already. That's good. Lovely. We've got somebody out there. Hello, Meredith Hall. Thank you very much for typing in hands. That's brilliant. Today we will be talking to Joan Carpenter, who runs Listening Hands. She's a healer and has a multitude of other items that is part of her services. So we'll get into that today. Now, any time that you feel the need and you have a question, you're free to ask that question. And if you can, please share with friends and family now. Let them know that it's on and that you want to be a part of it. Hello, Hannah. How are you? I'm just going to bring up Joan and we will get started. Hello, Joan. How are you?
Hi, Roy. I'm well. Hi, everybody. Thanks for showing up.
We've had some, my time. Somebody from down my time has just dropped in to say hi, so thank you very much for dropping in. That's brilliant. We have Hannah Simmons who's dropped in to say hello. I'm hoping these are people that you know, Joan, because I don't know them.
Well, I hope to. I'm not sure who Hannah is, but some of the other names are familiar. Yes. Hello, everybody.
Yep. Hi. Now, the big question. I got the wrong list up. Here we go. Now, where are you actually from? That's the big question.
Well, I grew up in North Dakota near the Canadian border. That's why I have a bit of an accent that sounds kind of Canadian, kind of American. But I've been in Australia for nearly 30 years, and this is where I definitely feel at home. So I know what cold is being near the Canadian border. I never complain about winter in Australia.
A bit colder over there, I take it.
Oh, God, yes. But, you know, the thing is, like, I've traveled a lot, and I must say I never really felt home until I moved to South Australia. I love Tassie. I lived there for 12 years. That was gorgeous, too. Definitely Australia, I feel home. I never really looked back. I'm so pleased to be here amidst all of it. We won't go there, but, you know.
Well, I'm sure that we're actually lovely and happy to have you on board as well.
Thank you.
Now, how long have you been in business?
Oh, well, I trained in massage in 1989 and continued to do massage over the years, even with raising my family, often just massaging my children. But because I had 6 kids in 10 years, there was big gaps where I didn't do any massage. So once the little ones entered school, and that was in 2007, then I started retraining in myofascial release and craniosacral, and that's where Listening Hands therapy came from. It was with me doing massage and loving it, but wondering what else I was feeling. And so when a friend suggested that I might enjoy craniosacral and myofascial release, I looked into it and started training, and yes, I did love it, and it's just opened up this world. Even today, after all these years, I'm still amazed at what I feel through my hands and the power of healing that can happen by the human body. You know, as many of us know, it's not really the therapist that's doing it, it's the body. We're just creating the space and supporting and facilitating for that healing to happen on many levels.
Yeah. So, can you just go into a little bit of depth on the myofascial and the other one?
Yes, I can. So myofascial release is really about sustained release. So it's using about 5 grams of pressure. That's as much weight as a 50-cent piece. And you're connecting with the body on the skin or even through clothing. It can be done as well. And you're waiting to feel a softening. The fascia is what supports all the muscles. And it's been said that if all the bones were taken out of the body, the fascia and the way the web is around the body would keep us totally upright. It's like a big cobweb that supports the whole body. So in its natural state, it's gelatinous, but with stress and tension, it becomes tight. And that's where problems can happen, even causing inflammation. So myofascial release contact often is like a crossed hands contact, so that you're not pushing the body, you're following as the body lets go, and you're supporting that, and that release. Also with the limbs, it can be a sustained release. So you make contact, and it's not a pulling, it's more a traction, a gentle, just kind of taking up the slack and feeling as the body starts letting go. And then as a practitioner, we hold the limb gently but securely and go with that unwind. And sometimes the arm will kind of do this, or the leg might kind of do that. And it's like, if you remember the old telephones and the coiled cord that took the receiver to the phone, and sometimes it'd get all tangled up, and you'd have to hold it upside down so it'd go and unwind. Well, it's kind of like that, not quite that fast, but the body can let go like that. It's a beautiful thing to watch as someone thinks you're doing it, but the body's actually saying, oh, thank God somebody's just letting me do what I need to do to find that homeostasis.
Take the tension out, yeah.
Yeah. So
what's the difference between, say, the massage and listening hands?
What was that, Roy? The massage and the
listening hands.
Okay, so massage is generally more an active phase, you know, like you're rubbing and you're kneading and you're flowing over the body. When I feel like I'm using listening hands is when I'm kind of stopping and really feeling and sensing and noticing what's going on in the body. And then it's like it guides me to go here, go there, press perhaps with a thumb or a finger, more of a squeeze or more of a stretch, or maybe a stopping and waiting for the body to respond out to me. What was interesting is when I started doing some training with John Kirkwood and his acupressure work, I realized where I'd been pushing was actually on some of the acupressure points. So, I mean, that's how this all developed, isn't it? Is that humans noticed something with the body, and then they gave it a name, and then they started teaching it. But it's always been there. So, you know, yeah. Does that answer your question?
Certainly answers mine. I wasn't filling in the gaps until people start asking some questions. Now, when we talk about listening hands, you've got a course coming up shortly. What's the date on that?
Oh, thanks, Roy. Yes, so that's October 6th. It's a Saturday all day up here in Flaxley and Adelaide Hills, where I'm developing a well-being center. I also teach massage. So the thing is with both those courses, even if you've done massage, still come. If you haven't done massage, still come, because the main thing is connection. It's about us being present to what we feel through our hands and following that. So even in learning to massage, people will learn about connection with themselves and what I call, well, I haven't coined this phrase, but it's called body felt sense awareness, which kind of is jargony, but it's really about what you feel in your body. Like, let me ask you, when you hold someone's hand, what does that feel like? When you reach out and touch someone.
There's a connection there between the two people or the two energies.
Yes. And what about a hug? What do you pick up when you hug someone?
You can get an emotional response from that sort of thing. And it transfers, it can relieve pressure, it can relieve tension. That's the kind of the thing that hugs are meant for.
Well, have you ever hugged someone and felt perhaps a stiffness or a guardedness? Maybe a resistance?
Certainly. There's a lot of people out there that don't hug.
Yeah. So as you said, it's the emotionalness that comes through as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I must. Sorry, Roy. I just wanted to say it's interesting with the gentle work that sometimes it's as confrontational to people as a hard massage. They, often I've had people cry on the table, and it's like perhaps they've never felt that gentleness before. And I really do give my presence to people, and you know, care and concern for them, and not in a rescuing way either. You know, I am of service to others, but it's really about respectful space for another human being where they're at in life right then, and their body.
Brilliant. Just going to put something up here when I can find it. I'm having fun with the discussion. That's not what I want it to be.
I can't see them.
No, I haven't put it up there yet. I'm just trying to find it.
Take your
so
time.
while I'm looking for it, what led you into this line of work?
It led me. It went like this. Pardon?
I said that was a very short answer.
Well, what I can say is that one day, okay, so I was studying the myofascial release in the craniosacral, right? And I started using it with my clients at home. And there's one day where I had one hand under this gentleman and under his back, and one hand like on his upper abdomen. And, you know, because I'm sensing and feeling, my eyes are shut a lot of the time. And anyway, so what I'm feeling is like my hands were like morphing through this body. And I actually felt a little bit of fear. It's like, what the hell is going on, you know? Mm. But I just trusted and allowed it to be. And the interesting thing was, at the end of the treatment, the man said to me, it felt like your hands were going through my body, but not in a scary way. And I thought, well, there you go.
So
what's going on?
Were you sort of feeling the aura or the energy of the body?
You know, I'm not so much a head person, an analyzer. Mm-hmm. I like to know things, but what this work has taught me is not to think about it, but to feel it. So it's really like, what is going on in there? It could be any of that. Definitely energy. And that's why some people kind of poo-poo Cranio, saying, oh, it's just energy work, you know, we're a bunch of weirdos or whatever. But the fact is, you know, people that have experienced it and felt change, benefit, release, peacefulness, lightness, that's probably the most common thing people say after a cranial treatment is, I feel so light, I feel expanded, I feel taller. I didn't know that I had tension in that hip. I thought it was in my neck. You know, they get an awareness of their self at a whole different level. And this is the gentle work.
Right.
So
you do these massages and the work on these people, but you also have the ability to help people by getting them to massage friends and family. Is that right? Yes,
that's it. See, I like to call myself an educator because I love teaching people, teaching with people. And, you know, I've worked for an institution and taught massage with all the bells and whistles and credentials and tick the boxes and all that. And by the end of it, I was just like, oh my God, these students are so stressed and they don't have time to actually practice massage because they're busy with work, health, and safety. And even though that is important, I just was so disillusioned that I went away from it and thought, no, I just want to teach what I know. And that's about connection. So Learn to Massage is about people learning how to do massage, not to become a massage therapist with provider numbers. No, I can't do that. I can't offer that. But what I can offer is for people to learn massage so they can help their family and friends. They can, you know, just be able to be a resource for their family so that they don't have to go book in somewhere else. If they need more professional help, fine. But to be able to just help someone, like we talked about holding hands and a hug, how good that feels. Well, massage is just one step on from that. To being able to confidently say, yeah, I can give you a back rub. And, you know, I can help you ease your pain. Or I don't know what to say, so let me give you a massage. It's the greatest gift. My friends, they know what they get for their birthday. They get a gift voucher to come and have a massage. So, you know, it definitely comes back. So you're giving an $80 present, but it's just your time.
Yeah, it's your time, but it's also interaction between the two people. So it's a bigger bond and a more emotional connection, I think.
Oh, for sure. Well, and I'll tell you a little quick story. One of the learning massage classes I taught, and I used to teach a 6 or an 8-week course. Now I'm doing it over 2 weekends just to make it easier for people. But I had a married couple in the class, and we begin the class learning connection. Like it's, you know, hands on shoulders, stand behind the person at the kitchen table. Just put your hand on their shoulders. Just meet them. What does that feel like? And then we progress into hand massages and foot massages. Well, the way these two reconnected and fell more in love with each other just through doing the hand and foot massages was beautiful to watch. It just warmed my heart, you know, almost brought tears to my eyes, really. But it's these simple things that are such a gift that we kind of forget about.
Brilliant. I will put up the connection so that people can contact you about that if they're interested. Joan does a family massage course. 2 weekends, you said?
Yeah, it's Saturday, full day, Saturday and Sunday. October 13th and 14th is the next one, and then on November 3rd. And on the weekend one, because now we live on the farm and have accommodation, people can actually stay over for a nominal fee. So they can stay in the dormitory. So they can have like even a little retreat. They can go walk in the trees as well and relax and learn massage or refresh. If they learned massage years ago and they just want to have a bit of a refresher, that works as well.
Okay, let's hear a little bit more about this retreat area. What's involved with that?
Well, my partner and I bought this property in June. It's 23 acres of native bushland and fruit trees with 2 buildings. So we live in one, and the other one, which is a lovely old farmhouse, we are setting up a retreat center and workshop space. So I have a practitioner's room in there that I work out of that's also available for hire. And it sleeps 10 people. So I've already got 1 retreat booked in by somebody else this year. So you can run an overnight retreat. The workshop space is kind of small. So like I can only put 3 massage tables in there. That's why the courses are limited to 6 people. But that's okay because you get such one-on-one interaction and tutoring. But also like if you want to run a workshop there yourself, that's available. And it can seat 12 chairs. There's a full kitchen. And like I said, there's a dormitory with 3 sets of bunks. So that's 6 people. There's a couch that pulls out to 2, so 2 could sleep together if they're happy to do that. And then there's another room that'll have 2 single beds. So, and again, you know, the prices are really affordable because we're developing this. And in the summer, like if you wanted to come and stay in tents, that's cool as well. So it's really, what's
sounds very interesting.
Beginning. It's the beginning. Well, I'm excited because actually, we've just decided to have a kirtan on the 29th of September, which is going to be to raise money for a local charity. And it's just entry by donation, gold coin or whatever. But so a kirtan, you know, is a very beautiful way of chanting and bringing in blessings. And so, yeah, a few of us have just decided to do that. So people are welcome. They just need to contact me for details.
I would like to put that up on the update for people that are interested in that. So if you could just, after the show, I'll get the dates and that, and I think there'd be a lot of people out there that would be interested in doing that.
Yes, well, and it'll definitely be RSVP because, like I said, it's there's only room for about 12 people in that space, and there's 3 musicians already, plus me. So, but you know, our dream, Roy, dream is to have yurts here so we can grow this place. You know, people can come in, you know, to help people with disabilities to come to be on the land, for people that are stressed to come and be on the land, to let the land do the healing. To, you know, anyone that's ever slept out in a swag knows the how amazing that is, to be under the stars, to feel earth underneath you, and to hear the sounds, and to have the trees waving above you. Like, you know, it's a blessed experience.
Yeah, we have lovely aspect of sitting around the campfire and just having a bit of a chat and a sing-along and what have you. But with the droughts that we've been having in the last couple of years, it's a very short period because we're always in a fire zone. So, where was it going after that? Yeah. Well, what about like outside? I mean, what you're talking about, the dancing and the likes of that, it's not really catered to just a small space. You could do it outside and a lot more people.
Well, this is true. That's weather permitting. I mean, my goal is to have some marquees and things as well for people. Yeah, anything's possible, really. This venue, I mean, I know I do promote women a lot, and I'm open to helping both genders, but you know, I really say I don't think I'd be alive today if I hadn't had the woman-to-woman support I've had over the years. And so, especially my own journey in business, I really promote women. So, and I want women to come here to run little workshops to get clear on what their message is before they launch themselves out into the bigger world. So that's why I talk about the inside space. But of course, the outside space is 23 acres. There's lots of trees. There's big open areas too. So camping will be available. Yeah, really, if you feel, I just say to people, if you feel inspired or anyone feels inspired to come here to do something or be something here, just let's have a conversation.
What's the nearest town?
Yeah, Mount Barker. We're 7 minutes outside of Mount Barker on the way to Macclesfield. So it's right near a main road called Flaxley Road. Beautiful part of the world.
What about a psychic market up there?
Why not?
I know a few people.
I'd love that. That'd be great. I want to have. I've just recently met a woman who does like food foraging. You know, like what weeds can you eat? And I was so excited. I was like, yeah, bring it on. Please do that here.
Yeah, we'll see what we can organize. That'll be good fun. Now, you were speaking about your women in. Sorry, I've forgotten the title of it. I'll let you take the title and tell us all about it. The women's business you do.
Wise Woman Within You. Dear to my heart. Well, it started out as business mentoring, which actually took my life, turned it upside down, shook it all out, and blew wind through it. And Wise Woman Within You came out of that. And it's woman-to-woman support based on 5 archetypes, 5 elements, and other aspects. So the bottom line is what I used to try to do in a day, I now do in a lunar month cycle. And it's just brought so much grace and ease into my life because it's not about me teaching anything. I just give some information and use the form, and it's the intuition that brings it through. And then the women take it inside themselves and find their own answers. So it helps women remove doubt, to empower themselves, to trust what they feel and what they think and how they be, to be honest with themselves about what's working and what isn't. You know, one of the classics is because in year 11 you said you were going to be a primary teacher, you're still kind of trying to finish that degree now, and it's not actually working if you're honest with yourself, because you don't actually want to. It's because you said you'd do it. So it's a chance to get real with what's important to me now. What do I celebrate in myself? What's my passion? What makes my heart sing? And what can I let go of? What doesn't serve me? So it's a bit of a decluttering of our life. And that's especially in Alchemist, which is towards the end of the lunar cycle. So it starts in new moon and goes all the way through full moon to the end of that cycle, heading towards the next new moon. So right now, we're in what we call Earth Mother, which is the transitional phase. Now, there's other people that guide with the 5 elements, and I acknowledge them. And with this, like, it is quite involved, so I invite the women to let it wash over them, just not to try to get it, just to let it be over them, and just to take what speaks to them in the moment. So to keep it sort of absorbable, just in this short time frame, the 5 archetypes and their elements, starting in new moon, is wise woman, which is water. Then there's Amazon, which is the first quarter, the beginning of the crescent. Then it is goddess, which is full moon. Then earth mother, which is the earth, and goddess is fire, sorry, the element of fire. Earth mother is the element of earth. And then alchemist, which the element is metal, or as some schools would call that, air. So that's 5 archetypes. And how does it fit in a lunar cycle? It's because we're predominantly in the 4 of wise woman, Amazon, goddess, and alchemist. And earth mother slots in between each of them. So it's like the pause between the in and the out breath. And it's where we take stock at how balanced are we in life? Do we receive as much as we give? Or do we just give, even to a point of giving from depletion? So it's checking in with how would it be to give from overflow? How would it be if we could give, but we also received? So there was a balance. So we weren't exhausted. We were more enlivened.
So you have something coming up on October the 20th, is that right?
I do. So the Wise Women group meets once a month on a Saturday from 1 till 6 here at the farm. And in each of those events, I do an overview, but then I focus on the archetype that we're in at that part of the month. That's why they're not like the first Saturday of the month. They're kind of random on a Saturday. So the last one was focusing on Amazon, and the next one we're focusing on goddess. And then I'm taking a break at the moment, but starting up in next new moon, we'll be back to having weekly sessions on a Wednesday night here at the farm from 6:30 to 9.
And people can contact you how?
Through Facebook, through the Wise Woman Within You group, through Messenger, email, and also Zoom or Skype. We can do one-on-ones if they can't get here physically.
Right. Do you have enough people in the group?
It fluctuates every month. It fluctuates because some people join the group for just the lunar month, and then in each archetype, I send out messages, usually 2 per archetype, to support the women in digesting the information. And that's got a nominal fee as well. So there are a few fees, but they're all very affordable.
Lovely. Excuse me. Do you have any
Thanks for all the great questions, Roy.
Sorry?
Thank you for all the great questions, Roy.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm just trying to ask the questions that interest me. So I'm hoping that the people in the replay will contact you and let you know more. It's going pretty well.
I'm always contactable. I'd love to have a chat.
Yeah. Do you have any other sort of moon aspects that you run on a regular basis, or is it just that one women in women's wisdom?
Well, with my client base for my listening hands therapy, so that's kind of like 3 areas that I offer. That's pretty much enough. Plus the family and having my life in balance. You know, like I'm a dreamer, so there's always stuff I want to do. But the Wise Woman work has grounded me to kind of like we were chatting about earlier, to just stay real. And now being on the farm, like there's so much mowing and weeding and stuff to do. And I love that as well. And that's important because I want to make the place even more beautiful for those that come. So
maybe you can have people can come up and assist you and make it even better. And
that would be fun.
Get something, something like a meditation or something like that.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, a couple of people have said, you know, having like friends of the farm, because I'm calling it the farm for well-being, not of well-being, because, you know, I really believe that life is an exchange. We get what we also put into it. So it's like you know, a mutual respect in this connection with each other or the earth. Like the air we breathe, you know, we can't just breathe out. We got to breathe in too.
There's also, I mean, it's reasonably close to the city, so the availability of people being able to get out even for a couple of days and spend some time in nature and know that they don't have to rush off, but there's somewhere there that they can bunch in for the night. It sounds like an ideal opportunity just to de-stress.
Oh, for sure. That's so true. Oh, and the thing with the wise woman work too, you know, the main part of it is about meditation, visualization, journaling, and movement. So, you know, it's about being in yourself. I guess that's why it really speaks to me, because, you know, doing craniosacral, I'm in my body a lot. Like we, with biodynamic craniosacral, kind of strictly speaking, we're not interfering into the field of the person. We're there to support. Like we're not in there psychically doing things, you know, we are just holding space. So with all that training, I mean, like I've held one contact holding someone's head, for instance, under their head or at their ankles, you know, for 45 minutes that we learned just to be with the person. So, and in that we would, at one part of the training, we would do washes, which we internally imagine a wash over the whole inner anatomy of our body. So you can imagine the focus that develops when you're inwardly doing that kind of meditation while still being present to what's happening under your hands, with your hands, in the other person. So it's a dual awareness that develops that I believe comes through with everything I'm about, because it's our, you know, being inwardly aware while we're still being outwardly aware. That's a place I like to dance in, because it keeps me open, but it also keeps me not compromising myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So are you running meditation weekends or mindfulness courses or something like that?
I'm sure I will, or somebody will. I'd love to. It's just not on the program yet. It sounds like it is on the program. I just don't know about it yet. Thank you, Colin.
I'm always looking for people who can offer places where people can get away and just enjoy a little bit of relaxation and zone out from the stress of the day. And there's a few people up around Mount Barker who do very similar things. Eucaria is one of them. They've got a beautiful centre up there. And but I'm always looking for people who have spaces where, even for a couple of days, people can come out. We can do a psychic fair. We can do meditation weekends. We can find a few people who can separate into different areas and just sit down with 5, 10, 20 people and do something that's different. So thank you for that much. I've got your name on the list of places that I want to try and promote a little bit more. And I'm sorry that I'm not promoting the monetary aspect of what you're doing, but I want to do the interview and not the business aspect at this time. I want people to be aware of who you are.
Yeah, those other details can always come later.
For people who are likely to watch this in the replay, because we're early in the morning, there's not a lot of people coming through. But for people who come through on the replay, what would you promote most towards them to come and see you?
Well, it'd be what speaks to them. You know, I mean, I encourage people to listen to their heart. And often it's our mind that stops us and says, oh, no, don't do that. You know that. You don't have to do that. It's too far. But if something speaks to your heart, it's interesting if you follow it, what's on the other side. So it depends. You mean, with the body work, it's about relax and unwind the body and mind. You know, it's very much, I use warm, I'm pretty chatty here, but when a person's on the massage table, I don't chat. I might remind them to come back to their breath, but you know, if they want to talk to me, that's fine. But you know, it's frustrating for some people to go and have a massage and have the therapist talking to them the whole time because they actually just want to zone out, but they don't feel that they can say anything. You know, so that doesn't happen with me. It's an hour and a half where you can just have time for yourself to speak to me before you get on the table, and then just relax under hot towels. You know, like, how is it to relax? How often do people relax? As you said, to get away from stress.
Not often enough.
Yeah.
Is your focus mostly on women, or is there aspects for the masculine as well?
Well, it is primarily for women. I know that, but I love men too, you know, and I love my brothers. I mean, I don't actually have any brothers, but you know, my spiritual brothers, I've got some great men friends, and of course my partner, you know, he's very masculine. And but you know, I also have this honoring about men's business. I believe men, I don't like to say should, but men do men's business. I do women's business. If we can be together and support each other, that's lovely and a beautiful thing as well. And I honor the male and female aspects in each of us as well. But, you know, do you know what I mean?
Yes, I understand where you're coming from. Sorry, going back, I think there's an echo coming through, so I'm trying to drop it out.
I'll sit back.
There's very few places around that more or less cater to the masculine. There is a lot of information and a lot of courses for women, but trying to get the men into the spiritual aspect is very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that, and I notice that. And there is conversations about that for sure amongst myself and friends, male and female. And I'd like, you know, for possibly this work will evolve towards it, or this will be a space where, well, I have talked to one man actually recently and invited him to come here and offer his services here for men. So we'll see what happens about that. But yeah, Roy, who knows what's going to happen? It's, you know, this is an offering. People can contact us as well.
Yeah, for me, it's about, well, hear the echo if I take the earplugs out. I'm not even sure I can hear you anymore, but I'll put the earplug back in. The masculine aspect is really shot around in Adelaide at the moment. There's a lot of courses for women to express their spirituality, and I'm a great component of yin and yang. It's lovely to have the aspect for women, and I appreciate what you do. It's very strong, but for me, there has to be a yin yang. There has to be an element where men have that opportunity to express themselves openly without feeling that they're being engendered or made to feel feminine.
Well, Roy, why don't you come and run something here for men?
Honestly, it's probably because I don't know enough. And that's one of the reasons I'm looking for that place to express and learn. I go within and meditate and do some of the other things that a lot of women expressive outlet is not really there for men, honestly.
Okay. Well, if you ever want to practice, you know where to come.
Yeah, I've only got a very long list.
I know they're doing up at Riverdale. They're doing some amazing things. I'd love to get up there myself.
Yeah. I've got a spirit talk down in Gawler, October the 8th, I think it is. It's only like an hour, but again, from what I've seen, there's a lot of women on the list that are going to be listening in, but there's not a lot of men. There's very few men in this spiritual aspect that are out there doing it. It is increasing. Reiki is helping, massage is helping, but again, it's more about the physical aspect rather than the spiritual aspects. So yeah, but on the other side of the coin, if you know anybody that does courses or is interested in interviews or would fit that sort of slot, please let us know so that we can sort of promote that a little bit more. I really want to get some more out there for the men to look at and say, yeah, I could probably do that. I could probably talking.
Yeah, the sound just went a bit funny, Roy.
Yeah, it's been funny all afternoon. So I'm living with it.
Too much energy on your side.
Yeah, too much. Is there anything else that you want to sort of get across before we go to adverts and emails and stuff like that? Is there something that we haven't talked about that you'd really like to get known?
Are there any questions from anyone? I'd love to answer some questions.
No, honestly, we've only had like 6 comments. It's early in the morning, so we really don't get a lot of comments or contact at this time in the morning. Your greatest time frame may be to do something similar at 7, 8 o'clock at night and see what we can pick up then.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Well, I'd just like to kind of recap and say that this is kind of an open canvas here at the farm. You know, there's lots we do want to do, but also that I really do feel it's for others to come and Shine Your Divine is a retreat that's going to be happening here, and that's somebody that's you know, branching out and running a retreat here, and you know, we've still got work to do here, but I really feel supported by the universe that we're creating a venue for people to come and no matter how long they've been practicing, to come here and be able to offer their services to the world, to get clear on their message, to get clear on what it is they do and how they be, and have the support of myself and others that I know that are really in the background going, come on, you got this, you can do this. We're here behind you, you know, so it's and that's open to men as well.
Well, Craigie, we just had an inload of people coming in, where it's come from. Wendy Matthews has just stopped in to say hi.
Hi, beautiful.
Yeah, she says, this is my beautiful friend Joan.
Oh, she's
and Lily DeLeo says, I love you, Joan. So your people have dropped in all of a sudden.
That's my tribe.
Roz Bounty is everywhere. She says she's missed the start, but she's going to watch it in the replay. So that's great. Thanks, Roz. It's been great. Now I've put in a request there for people to drop in the word "and." This is so that they have the opportunity to experience either the women's group or something that you do by yourself. If necessary, we'll fix you up for it. And Wendy has said she knows a great caterer. So there you go. We're doing it. We're getting there. And thank you very much, Jen, for putting hands on. No, I don't have the live stream playing, Roz. I'm not sure where the echo's coming because it's, I will cut out the Facebook and see if that makes a difference, but that's only Joan's page.
I wonder if that, if I get rid of that new tab, get rid of that. Is that any better?
Strangely enough.
There you go, Roz.
I said, you know, and thank you very much, Roz. I know a little bit about a lot, and a lot about a little bit, but not not great. What I was going to say was, if there is anybody out there that knows somebody that makes yurts. Now, I know there is somebody in South Australia who does it. Now, if there's anybody out there that makes yurts, number one, contact Joan. Number two, have them talk to Joan about putting them one up so that Joan can advertise the company and maybe get the yurt for free.
Yes, what a great idea. Because I will tell everybody.
The reason I say this is because there are other people out there who have places very similar to Joan's, and having one of these up that people can go to and have a look at that has already been built would be absolutely excellent. And I'm sure that this would be a business update that would be good for anybody that has yurts or similar items which might be good for small groups to do meditations or vision quests or the like.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, you see, already, yeah, it's not as bad as it was. I'm just going to put the echo is still happening, and I think it's on Roy's side. It's not on my side, honestly. It does happen from time to time during the conversation, and generally it's to do with the earplugs being close to or around the microphone. But on the other side, Roz says, yes, I'd like to know on that info too. So there's two people that are already interested in knowing about yurts and things which people can put up. And that's how this is meant to work. This is meant to open opportunities for people like yourself, Joan, to put yourself out there, but also for businesses and people who have things that can interest you, and they can contact you and say, look, I do this or I do that or I've got this. How about we work something out?
It's so true.
And
you know,
I want a 10% commission of everything you get.
Of course, I'll write that down too. 10%, Roy. Listen, Roy, because you're absolutely amazing, I wanted you. Now you have to listen to this. You can't avoid it.
Okay.
I'm offering you. Look at all the distraction. I'm offering you a free treatment, and you come to the farm, have a free treatment.
You caught me off guard with that. Sorry.
I know. I love it. I love to be unpredictable. Doesn't happen much, but you know. Did you hear that?
Not the entire thing. Sorry.
Roy, I would like to offer you a free treatment to come to the farm, have an hour and a half for you, including time on the table, to relax and unwind your body and mind because you give so generously to others. And this is free. So you come here, we can have a walk in the trees after, and you can see the place yourself. If you can mind the trip to Mount Barker.
I don't mind the trip to Mount Barker, believe me, I've been up there a couple of times, so it's not a huge trip for me. Well, I'll just run the page and there's the contact. If you want to contact Joan either about yurts or about what she does or about something that you think would go really well in her retreat area, then contact Joan on that particular. Write it down because hang on, I might see if I can copy that for a second.
I wonder if they could screenshot it. Right.
What I'm going to do is see if I can put the link down on the bottom. Yeah. Now, I'll put that in the comments, and you should be able to press on the comments there with that and that will give you the opportunity to take you straight to that particular area. And what I'm going to do is copy the web page as well, and they can contact you through that. So both of those comments should be up in the commentary there somewhere.
Yeah, the email is.
Lovely. And there is the web page to get in touch with Joan. So if you are interested and you know anybody that's got anything that can help, whether it's in the replay or in the live, it doesn't matter. Get in touch with Joan, and just this is to make it easy for people to get out there and get away. Yeah, I honestly would like to know. I'm not sure about the one that's here, but there is I believe there's a company here that does a 2-story yurt, which I think is interesting. They actually put a concrete base down, which has a hole in the middle. Then they build a yurt around on the top, and then they lift the yurt and put the second area underneath, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. And it's generally just a round area that people can sit in. You can do meditation, you can do chanting, you can do a multitude of things in it. And you can just bed down for the night and turn it into an overnight retreat for a couple of people to spend the night while they're doing something else. Anything else you would like to add on that particular Joan?
Well, just that the thing about the wise woman work, you know, it's about, and even about the yurt, you know, it's about going in to find our answers. That's one of the bases of my work, is that it's the healing within the body, the knowledge within us. It's the within. You know, often we're so busy on the outside with distractions and doing courses and doing trying to get more information because we don't think we're enough. So, you know, with this work, I invite women to know they are enough. Not that they don't do courses, but it's about which courses, and about really meeting the self. The beauty when somebody really feels into themselves and gets to sit with themselves, not out of loneliness, but more out of being okay with being alone. With the, you know, becoming their own best friend is another thing I sometimes say to women. That, you know, self-hugs, self-massage, you know, it's I guess it's going inward that I encourage in life, on the massage table and in the Wise Women Within You group. To know, you know, to know thyself.
Okay, we're getting pretty close to the time, so thank you very much for your time and the effort, and I certainly hope that you get a great deal of people out of this. Hopefully not in the replay so much, but I hope you do well, and I'll just put you into the lobby area, and I'll just finish off some stuff, and I'll get back to you in a moment, if that's all right.
Thank you, everyone, for coming in and listening, and you know, happy to have a chat. And thank you, Roy.
I'll catch up with you in a minute.
Okay.
Thank you very much, people, for dropping in and having a bit of a listen. There's a lot there to be said with Roz and the work that she does, especially with the women's goddess work. I think that's a great area, and hopefully people who are going to watch this on the replay, if you still want to be a part of the yeah, thanks, Roz. I appreciate your dropping in and giving us a bit of a comment, and it's great to have you on board. Please share and make sure that people are aware that Joan's out there. It's always good if we can let people know that it's there and get them to watch the replay. I think there's great opportunities here for future interviews and further information. So please tune in for more, and if you're watching the replay, please type hands into the comments so that you can be one of the people that has the opportunity to get either some women's information or massage from Joan, and it's hopefully another area which we will pursue in the area of retreats, which I hope to do in the next month or so. I want to try and line up a few people who have retreats coming up. So please tune in for that, and also tune into the Friday Night World Spirit Update at 6 p.m. to find out what Joan's up to in the next coming months, and the fairs and markets that are on around the place. So it's been great to have you tuned in, and I hope more of you tune in on the replay. But this is Roy Fensom tuning out. I say namaste, I wish you well, and I hope the sun is always on your back. Love and light to everybody. Thank you very much.